ברשות קהל הקדוש, everybody, ערב טוב. בעזרת השם ברכה, הצלחה, קריאות דניאל בן מיכאל, סלמון בן נדיה, איגר בן נדיה, ניסים בן בכור בריס, זיווגים הגונים, וגם את אליהו בן בכור בריס, שהקדוש ברוך הוא תשלח לו ברכה, הצלחה, בריאות, הרבה דסייעא דשמיא וחתונה בשנה הזה, וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. 1000 הבדלות בין המתים לחיים, לעילוי נשמת כל הנפטרים ונפטרות, וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. Thank you very much for everybody coming. We continue in our subject, מפסידי אמונה. מפסידי אמונה, which just means somebody is losing the emunah, and somebody does not believe. Everybody believe, and depends what's considered belief. חוסר התבוננות, התפעלות בעצם הבריאה. He says, חוסר, which is we understand how the Akadosh Baruch Hu work, or how he created this world, is very hard for us to understand of how this world works. הכתוב אומר, שאו מרום עיניכם וראו מי ברא אלה. So Yeshayahu in a פרק מ' פסוק כ"ו says, Su marom enechem varo mi bara ele. Says, lift up your eyes. Su marom enechem varo mi bara ele. We need to keep looking at the sky and see who created this world. ואמר דוד המלך עליו השלום, כי ירא שמך מעשה אצבעותיך. דוד המלך says, in תהילים ח' פרק ד', פרק ח' פסוק ד', says, David HaMelech, כי ירא שמך מעשה אצבעותיך. Says, we see your מעשה, הקדוש ברוך הוא, the way you created this world. למה אין אנחנו מתפעלים מזה? Why we not excited the way הקדוש ברוך הוא created this whole world? למה we not excited? Why a person is not excited? Why is not excited the fact that he created this world like we see from the Navi and from the Tehillim? הכל מחמת טבע אדם לחשוב, הכל במקרה לא מכוון. A person every time is thinking, everything was created, and everything in this world, everything במקרה. מקרה, which just means, it happened because that's the way it happened. It's not something that somebody is created, ולא בכל מכוון, which just means a person does not understand everything Hashem did, everything purposely to be that way in this world. ורק יתבונן בשכלו יבין כל הכרח במכוון, ומן הבורא ברא הכל בחוכמה, בחפצו ורצונו. It says, Akadosh Baruch Hu was created everything in his wisdom, the way he wanted, and the way he desired. ואין כי מלידתו אין מבין מהות הבריאה. He says, when a person is little, he does not understand what's the point of the creation of this world. רק מצפצף דברים שאמר לו רבו, נשאר כל יום הבחלה בבלתי ידיעת תוכנת הדברים, רק הטבע הכל מקרה. He says, when a person's child is born, when he grows up, the way his teacher is explaining to him, that's the way he goes with that explanation. He understands what the Rebbe says, but he says he does not understand nothing, the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu created this world. על כן אינו מתפעל במעשה השם יתברך. He's not getting excited what Hashem has created, how Hashem created this world. נפלאות רבים ועצומים. הקדוש ברוך הוא does miracles every day. נפלאות ורבים ועצומים. Very, very great. But it's hard. Listen, we created. We don't see. Okay, the sun is there, the moon is there, the sky is there, the stars is there. It's very hard to understand why we don't get excited when we see these type of things happening every day. We don't get excited because we're thinking is everything mikre, which has happened, just happened. It didn't happen for the reason, it just happened because that's the way it needs to be happen. והנה האיש היותר פשוט כשיש שולחן או כיסא עשוי מאומן מובחק. He says, imagine yourself, a person buy a furniture, a chair, a table, anything, construction, how it gets excited. I'll say, what a beautiful, the guy who did the job. What a pretty job he did. Yes, we say this all the time. Lama, why we don't say when HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates the world and rejuvenates the world every second, every moment, why we don't say, oh, Ishtabach HaBoreh, that's the way we want the world to be, and that's why the HaKadosh Baruch Hu created. Tekef Ishal, mihu ze me'uman nifla halazeh. Why a person cannot ask, who created the sky? Who is creating the earth? Who is creating the sun? Who is creating the whole world? Why a person is not excited? אשר כל החלק קטן ממנו, all כל חכמי העולם יכולים לבנות שמץ משהו. It says, littlest thing, we're going to create, a human did a lot of stuff in a world. Look at what he says. A human created a lot of stuff in this world. אף כנב זבוב קטן לא היה ולא יהיה מי שיבנהו. He says you take a fly, זבוב, a fly. He says, can you make the fly kanaf, which means the wing for the fly? Can a human do it? Can a human replace it? With all the technology of all the knowledge, we're not talking about creating something big. We're talking about take a zvuv, take a little fly as a human, and you create a wing. The wing from the fly, it got destroyed. Can you replace it? No. So can you imagine how HaKadosh Baruch Hu creating this world? If we're so knowledgeable, so understanding, littlest thing in the world, we cannot even do it. שיבנהו, ואין דורש מי מבקש מי בנה העולם הגדול ורחב ידיים כזה, למה בנו, ולמה בנו, ולאיזה תכלית בנו? He's asking. Why nobody is asking? Who created this world? Big world. Who created? Why we came to this world? Why is nobody's asking? Each one of us that we're able to go to Beit HaMidrashot, why we came to this world? Anybody shoel? Anybody is asking why we created and why we came to this world? Oh, I don't know. I came. My parents came. I got married. Baruch Hashem, I have kids. I'm learning Torah. I'm learning. I'm praying. Well, why you came to this world? That's what the Saba Mikelim asked him. Ma tachlit bana'o. He says, what's the bottom line of all the pretty world of this? For what? כל כך נסתם חזון הזה עד שאין טעימה בעיני אדם על השינוי האלה. אין זה כי מעשה אלוקים. We have to know that everything and anything, everything has a master, creator in this world. But we don't see this as a creator. We just got used to it. The eyes see the same thing, get used to it. חוסר התבוננות התפעלות מניסי יציאת מצרים. He said, חוסר. We don't understand how that we came out from Egypt because we were never there. If somebody was never there, how did he understand Egypt? He would never understand Egypt. If somebody is in the United States of America, nobody would understand how to live in the United States of America. He says, this is choser hitbanenut v'itpa'alut. We're not excited that we came out from Egypt because we never seen it. We're not excited. בעת שיראו ישראל ניסים במצרים נפלאות הים, הם ראו כן תמהו נראות נפלאות. When Am Israel came from Egypt, we saw the greatest thing in the world, to splitting the sea. ויגיע מדרגה נבואה. We came to the level of the נבואה, which means as a prophet. מרוב התפעלות והאמת דבר, אין הפרש בין ראיית השכל וראיית ישראל על הים בעיניהם. He says, כי אין הפרש, it's not difference between Am Israel, whatever they saw splitting the sea, or to understand in a mind. גם להגיע מזה מדרגה נבואה, לכן נמצא בנביאים על המוסר שלהם מציאות במצרים. כי התבוננות מגיע מזה כמו עם שראו בו בעיניהם. We have to imagine ourselves that we saw the way we came out from the Egypt. We have to imagine ourselves when we say Az Yashir Moshe every day, that we're coming out from the Egypt and we're passing through the Red Sea. We have to understand that. But the person is kol kach tarud, is all in his mind is busy. Busy, the mind is busy. He's thinking other stuff. Some people fall asleep, some people wanted to eat, some people have other in their mind. בהתבוננות, למה אם כן אנחנו אינם מרגישים כלל מוסר יציאת מצרים? Why he says we don't feel יציאת מצרים? Coming out from the Egypt. Why we don't feel? מפני שאנחנו מרגלים הרבה וקשה עתיקה מחדתה. He says because we got used to things that's happening and everything happening in this world because we got so used to. Because we used to, we cannot appreciate it. Rabbi Eliyahu over here sitting. We were praying during the COVID, right? Exciting, wow, minyan we have. Passed by 2, 3 months, 5 months. Listen, I have already now 1,000 options. Before one option, excitement. There was no excitement like this that we had during the COVID. That we're able to pray together and without the mask. How excitement? Big excitement. What happened to the excitement? Oh, back to the normal, back to the same thing. We have a minyan over here, Baruch Hashem, we have there. I have an option. When I didn't have option, I must wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. Now I have option, I don't even wake up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not the same excitement. Rabbi, oh wow, we made a minyan. Wow, every day was like something Kriyat Yamsuf. If we gather 10 people, 15, 20, that was excitement. People used to call, can I join please? That excitement dies out. That means we need to appreciate of what we have and we have to cherish it. But it's hard. Because we get busy with the mainstream, busy. Once we became busy, all the excitement, oh, where are you? I'll be 15, 20 minutes. Where are you? Where's the shiurim? No, not right now. I'm in Brooklyn, this. There's no excitement. And that's what Chazal all the time explain to us. We need to get excitement all the time. I haven't seen excitement after the COVID, after everything. So-called went back to normal. There's no excitement of coming shiur. There's no excitement no more coming to the minyan. It's the same, hergel. We got used to it. In kem advarim נתחנך אדם מלידתו בידתו כמו שיש אלוקים בורא שמיים וארץ. A person needs to train and he needs to have a chinuch, educational, that somebody created this world is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He created the earth and created the heavens and the earth. He needs to have this in his mind. We have to know HaKadosh Baruch Hu is on top of us and he sees everything that we do. We have to know this. If we don't put this in our mind, he says, this is Yisodot, this is the foundation of the whole Jewish, whatever we do in the mitzvot with Torah, we have to know somebody created this world is Borei Olam. If we don't know the Borei Olam created this world, that means we don't know that tomorrow we have to din v'cheshbon. We have to give to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that whatever we're doing, we need to pay for it. כמו יציאת מצרים וקריאת ים סוף וירידת המן ומתן תורה. He says, we need to understand every day we came out from Egypt, Kriyat Yamsuf, opening splitting the sea. Yiridat Aman, the man was coming from the Shamayim. The food for 40 years coming from Shamayim. Matan Torah, accepting the Torah. Biyat Eretz v'gvura nora sheyesh lishtomem alehem me'od, me'od, me'od. Says that we came to Eretz Israel and we have to be so excited, very excited. מעודד תמהה למה נשתומם אנחנו מכל אלו? Why we don't get excited? Whatever I just said. יציאת מצרים, קריאת ים סוף, מתן תורה, 40 years במדבר, having the man and going inside the Eretz Israel. Why not excitement? אבל תהילה לו יתברך מצאתי פשר הדבר, כי אחת נתרשו בנו ידיעת אלו, מנורנו בלדותינו אשר אס השכל חלוש מאוד ודיה הבנה היא דעת, כי לשתה וענה רזה. It says because from little age our mind was not trained properly, which means educational. We were very weak understanding how HaKadosh Baruch Hu works. Kilusha v'raza. Raza, which means, literally speaking, skinny, which means very weak. The foundation is very weak from the little age. גם כן, אחר כך שיוסיף ימים על ימים, ישתמש תמיד בידיעה הרזה וקלושה מלידתו. He says, as past day by day, ages by ages, whatever he learned, he become weaker and weaker and weaker, does not add. מלידתו, כעניין שאמרו, קשה עתיקה מחדתה, כי קשה העיון בזה מחמת נדמה לו, כי כבר ידע זאת, והניסיון מעיד גם כן על זה. Says he's already, whatever they explained to him from little age, he's continue working with Hashem from little age the way they explain. Something new you're going to add to him, he's not going to accept it, most of the people. That's why a lot of people, when they say, we're going to get old, we're going to come to the Bet Knesset, and you're going to fall asleep in the shurim because you're already old, you don't understand what we're saying. It's hard to understand. When a person does not understand, what happens? He becomes bored. Bored. Sure, what sure are you talking about? Sin. God forbid. I'm going to go watch TV. It's much greater stuff that I could learn than sitting over here. Whatever he's talking about does not go in my brains. And you hear this all the time. People does not go in their brains. Does not function. Because we're getting older, the brains are not working. Because we're not training our brain. The muscles in the brain got frozen. If we will learn from little age, how much more we would understand what it says in our Torah. But if we come already old, like Pirkei Avot says, it's like a child. A child is like a paper, clean paper. You write it, and it's accepted. When a person is old, it's like erasing the whole thing and rewriting again, if it's possible. Choser hachraha b'ashgacha. He says, we don't understand choser hachraha b'ashgacha. We cannot see HaKadosh Baruch Hu. B'ashgacha, the way he runs this world. Ha'emed ha'kfira haba le'adam. Says how a person becomes non-believer, kfira. How? Hakol mipnei hashgacha misoteret ata v'HaKadosh Baruch Hu marich af. He says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu very patient. He sees a person, he goes against Hashem, but he's being very patient. And that's the way he becomes kofir. Because he doesn't see that Hashem is around all over. וזה מאמר דוד המלך עליו השלום, אמר בליבו, שכח אל הסתיר פניו, בל יראה לנצח. In Tehillim Perek Yud, Pasuk Yud Aleph, he says following like this. A person says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hidden and he does not see what I see. Hastir panav bal riyeh nanetzach. And I would never see what HaKadosh Baruch Hu see, and I will forever. Pirush, machish hashgacha ki hem omrim, מגדולי רממות לא יעוד ידיעה שפלה, ידיעה העולם הזה. He says, they contradict everything that was this world was created, that's the way he created. There's no creator. It happened just to happen. Mikre, which means it happened sudden. There's nobody, somebody is created for the purpose. וזה הדברים שכח אל לשון תמה יכול להיות אצלו שכחה, למה שותק על העוול? השם בעצמם יודעים, עוול עושים והוא שותק. If somebody does bad towards another person, a person sits quiet? Never. And they're asking, why did Borei Olam, when a person does a sin, why HaKadosh Baruch Hu right away does not show him? For example, somebody stole. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not cut his hand right away in the spot? Or why didn't he take him to judgment right away? If right now somebody's stealing somebody in police sold, he needs to take him to jail. But why HaKadosh Baruch Hu right away does not chop the person's hand? Or he spoke Lashon Hara, he chopped right away his tongue. Because he gives Bechira, a choice to the human. But humans does not understand that. They're taking advantage. למה שותק? כי שכח יש אצלו. או אולי הסתר פניו ועושה כאילו אינו רואה. And some people say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu make pretend like he does not see. שייך אצלו הסתר פנים. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not see. כשכחה כהורו לפניו, למה שותק על המעשים רעים? Why HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when a person does go against him, why does he sit quiet? Why he does not punish him right away? ועל כן גוזרים שכלם הטעה בל יראה לנצח, מעולם לא ראה, כי אינו משגיח בשפלם. And he said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not existed because he does not punish. If he was existed, he would have punished right away. אבל אנחנו ידענו רק מעריך אף. We know HaKadosh Baruch Hu is very patient. It's way different than humans. Humans, if somebody did somebody bad, he right away want to do revenge and punishment. Sometimes also, God forbid, kill him. How many times we heard that? A lot of times. But the HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not work like this. ממתין עד שיבוא דין, כי אנחנו נלך בטח בדרך התורה מורה לנו, דרכי השם מפורסמת מאוד, נרוצה ולא נכשל. גל עיניי ואביט נפלאות מתורתך. Amen, כן יהי רצון. He says, but when we go in the path of the Torah, in the path of Hashem, we see how HaKadosh Baruch Hu works with his great miracles in this world. והחוטא יותר גדול על פי רוב הוא מחמת שלא נתחנך בחוכמת ידיעה בגדולתו יתברך. He says one of the biggest sinners a person is הדומה, החוטא גדול ביותר. Who is a big sinner? על פי רוב הוא מחמת שלא נתחנך בחוכמתו ידיעתו בגדלותו יתברך השגחת עולם. He says from the little age, nobody trained this person how to understand how HaKadosh Baruch Hu work. הוא לא מחונך. He's not educated. מזה מלא לב בני אדם לעשות רע. He says the reason a person does bad because he does not educate himself how does HaKadosh Baruch Hu work from little age. That's why I scream all the time. Bring your kids. Bring your grandkids. Bring to the programs. No, Rabbi, they're busy. I cannot tell them nothing. Give him shochad. Give him bribery. Do every possible thing. I don't want it. Then your business then. Where's the young generation? There's two ways of understanding. A Bet Knesset, if everybody's old, it's a nursing home. Eventually that Bet Knesset is going to be what? Empty. You need young generation with the old generation. The young generation needs to listen to the old generation. But old generation, what can you learn from them except couple words and couple giggling and laughing? But Baruch Hashem, you have a new generation now, with able to learn Torah and able to explain everything happened in this world. Etzim Amalek al Israel lekraram lilbabam. He says, what's the Amalek for Jewish people? What's the Amalek? Etzat Amalek al Israel. What the Amalek does for Jewish people? What kind of advice he gives? Lekararam balibam. He brings the coldness to the Jewish people, to the hearts. Come to Shurim, come to Nets. Come learn Gemara, achieve something in your life. No, Rabbi, I'm too busy, I'm listening, I'm doing Shurim, I'm doing. Where is the actions? The most important is the actions. כי בראתם עמלק לא יתפעל, לא יפחד מניסים הגלויים. בזה נתבלבל לב ישראל, ויפילו מתוך אמונתם חס ושלום. He says the whole point of Amalek, to scare Jewish people. Even we see miracles, through the generation of generation for Jewish people, we don't get excited. Once we don't get excited, it says this is everything Amalek. An outside world is the biggest Amalek person could have. So what are you going to have in Amalek? בזה נתבלבל לב ישראל אפילו מתוקף אמונתו, בזה יבצע מעשהו, זה עומק מחשבתו עצתו. He says Amalek goes to the person's brain and a mind. He does the brain and the mind through the action, and that's how the Amalek was able to come to the Jewish people. Amalek could be in a Facebook, Instagram, social media. The first thing we do, after we're going to finish the shiur, if a person going to go and take the shiur, whatever we said, he would change his life. If not, he's going to go to the social media. What's the difference? You come to the shiur, people on the phones. Why when a rabbi is speaking, people is not important for them to listen to Divrei Elokim Chaim. We read this every time in Aravit. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yamenu. Torah is our life and prolong our life. How come I go on the phone? To Goyim. What the Goyim gonna teach me? Why this so becomes so important? Then whatever we say in Aravit, Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yamenu. This is my life. Akadosh Baruch Hu va'er edenu. You enlighten our eyes in the Torah. Why we don't get excited? But when we see something nice on the internet, we get so excited, made by the Goyim. He says, this is Amalek. That's what Amalek does. He makes the person confused that he does not know. You ask anybody, 92%, Google it. In the United States of America, people by depression. Why are you depressed? You have everything in this world. You have a gas, you have food, you have everything. Why are you depressed? Why are people not smiling? You see people smiling, they're going to say, you're stupid. You're not normal if you smile. What's happening? What's wrong with you? Are you in pills? We forgot what does it mean, smiling. We forgot what it means. Emunato ba'ashgacha kadosh baruch hu. And that's why the shiurim is very important, because we don't understand how important it is. Of course, I'm talking to myself, I'm not talking to you. Haratzonot hata'avod. A person run after desires, after wants. Tida achi ne'emanim, ba'emet inyan kachu. Ulai lo haya adam miniga naga b'midot ra'od mita'avod medumot. Banekel haya ma'amin chazak me'od me'od. He says, if it wasn't for the taivos, which means for the desires in this world, a person would understand quickly and fast how HaKadosh Baruch Hu works. He says, because we have so many desires. And we want to all the time, want to copy somebody. Let's go inside. Right now, Instagram. There's some Jew, Bukhari in Ashkenaz. He's somewhere in Dubai in a private yacht. And he says, I want to do the same thing like he does. I want to get to that level, I'm going to do the same thing. Or how come he has a house with a pool? I don't have it. I want to have it. בנקל מאמין חזק מאוד, כי האמונה מרחבת בכל פינה ועבר. השכל עד עבריו בישורות, אך המידות רעות הם מאוד. He says, because a person has a bad characters and traits, that bad characters and traits stop him to work for Hashem. And we, each one of us, have it. And the only ways to fix it is through what we're learning right now, which is Torah, proper learning Torah. How many of you, I heard, Rabbi, I have a shiur over there. How come, where's Minyan? How come you not practice? Did you learn Masechet Barachot? Did you learn Masechet Barachot? Yes. What it says the first thing? When we say Kriyat Shema. One in the morning, one in the time. Why you don't come for Aravit? Why you don't come for Shacharit on a time? If you learn Masechet Barachot, the first Mishnah, why did you not put this Mishnah in a place? That means you're not learning. Your computer collectively taking all the information. That's it. We're going to do it later. When? Who knows later you're going to live or not? מתאוות, לכן מפסידים מרגישים להבחין בין טוב ורע. איבד אמונה רק מחסרון שכל. He says the reason a person loses emunah because he does not have enough to think. התאוות המותרים המידות נפש של האדם, חמדת תאווה, הם מפסידות לו הרגשים להבין בטוב ורע. A person is all the time want and desire. He says he cannot know the difference between good and bad. I'm going to repeat again. If a person running after the taivos, desires, nobody tell you should not have a house. Nobody tell you should not have a car. Nobody tell you should not have a good life. You should. But everything have to be scaled according to the Torah. But we don't know. If we buy a house, or we go to vacationing, it's everything bad and good mixed together. And he says somebody is running of the tavot, he does not know the difference between good and bad. Lakir yeshirut, a person does not know how to choose a path, a right path. לכן אין עצה לאדם רק לתת שכל המשל על ליבו, ליד ליד, לפי הרגיל תמיד מיד מיד בשבירות, או כבשון הרצון, ואז תנו חוכמה וטוב לו סלע. He says a person is supposed to be add to the chokhmah, to the wisdom, little bit by little bit, in order for him to get separate from all the desires that he has. Desires are good. There's a good desires and there's a bad desires. If a person without desire, he's a vegetable, God forbid. A person needs to have a desires, but proper desires. What's considered proper? That's why we have Talmidei Chachamim. That's why we have a book that explains to us what's considered proper desire. פרעה רוצה לפטר עצמו, כי מה יעשה הוא לא נאמין. מה שייך לכפות אמונת הלב? מה יש עונש על הלב אינו מאמין? He says, Paro wants to, like we learned this parasha, we were in a Shemot, then we came to Vaera, then we came Babo. ויחזק לב פרעה. Hashem makes the Paro, his heart, to be hardened. משה הבין חיסרון אמונה בנמשך מן הרצון ללכת אחרי שרירות ליבו. וראיה שאנחנו שחקרינו באמת לאמיתו נקרא השם עלינו. פירוש הוא לא הלך לקראתנו להודינו אמיתות השם, כי רוצה שאדם ידרוש מעצמו כעניין הכתוב. השם מן השמיים משקף על בני אדם לראות היש משכיל דורש את האלוקים. Hashem gave to the humans freedom of choice. In a verse says, Hashem wants to know if people asking in this world Hashem. Lidrosh et Hashem, which is means asking Hashem. How can we ask for Hashem? By learning Torah. Whatever we learn, we're supposed to be put in action. That's the most important. Not how much you learn. Rabbi, let's learn. Learn. 10 hours I'm learning. Okay. What's tomorrow? The same thing. That means you're not learning. Learning, which means whatever you learn right now, you apply it right away. But it's hard. Why is it hard? Because he's not taken serious. Imagine he's be surrounding himself with the serious people. If a person comes in and he says, we want to build a building. I'm a realtor. Let's say there's a building down the block. They bought it for $40 million, the Reform building. They bought the building down there by the post office. I'm the realtor. I come into the construction guys, to the GC, and I say, I want to be a partner with you. I come to the building, I never own the building, I never have to do. I just talking. Is anybody going to be serious with me when it comes to the action? When we're going to sign a contract and I'm going to say, listen, I forgot the building is not mine, it's already sold, I made so many excuses. Are these people going to take you serious or not going to take you serious? Never going to take you serious. If people not going to take you serious, what makes you think HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to take you serious? The first place. The second place, if we thinking HaKadosh Baruch Hu exists, how come we acting the way we acting? If He exists. If we created this whole world, why are we acting the way we're acting? Why? That means the Emunah, it's lacking. There's some way Emunah is lacking. We believe, not believe. Not 100%. Okay. Why? Because He says it's lacking. נקרא השנו עלינו, פירוש שהולך לקראתנו להודיענו אמיתות השם, כי רוצה שאדם ידרוש מעצמו כעניין כתוב. השם מן השמיים ישקיף את בני אדם לראות יש שכל דרוש, יש משכיל דרוש את האלוקים. He says, Hashem asking us, do we have a brains to ask for Hashem? ואז כאשר לדרוש באמת מצא אותו, כי השמיים מספרים כבוד אל. He says, if Hashem is asking, if we asking for Hashem over here in this world, that means He's asking for us also emet. Can we have a Tehillim, please, over here? 2 times at least we say this a day. 2 times. 3 times lifachot. So in a Tehillim it says, we said this, I said this, everybody said this, correct? We say this every day, correct? At least we have to say this. Rav Shimcha, Tehillim 145, correct? Tehillim 145. אמרותיך אספרנה זכר רב תוכה יביא וצדקתך רעננו חנון ורחמו ערך אפיים ורב חסד. ידעוך על כל מעשיך ועשה כבוד מלכותי ומרג כבודך ידבר להודיע. ועוד על זו מלכות כל העולמים, שאותך בכל דור ודור שמח שנופלים וזוקים כפים, שיקראוהו קרוב השם לכל קוראיו. לכל אשר יקראוהו באמת. תהילים 145:18. Asher ikrahuhu ba'emet. If we're gonna be with Hashem emet, rotzon yire'av yaseh. Whoever is gonna do ratzon of Hashem from the fear, Hashem would gonna do His part. Asher ikrahuhu ba'emet. If we are emet with Hashem, Hashem is emet with us. But we are sheker with Hashem, chas v'shalom, Hashem is sheker with us. Again, I didn't say this. You saying this every day. Asher ikra'uhu ve'emet. You say this every day. If we call Hashem every day by emet, we want from Hashem emet, are we emet? That's the first thing you need to ask. What do you mean? Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad ve'ahavta et Hashem. And I love Hashem b'chol elevcha with my heart, uv'chol nafshecha with my soul, uv'chol meodecha with my money. With my money, I love Hashem with my money. Hashem, I'm going to give you $1,000. No. With my money. Shacharit, you come on time? Sometimes. Mincha, you come, I have to go to job. Aravit, you come, I cannot do it. That means we are mishaker. Rabbi, you can't speak like this. I'm not a liar, I'm just trying my level. It's not a level, it's a Shulchan Aruch. There's no such thing, a person driving a car and it says, I'm driving in my level the car. He's driving because he has a driver license. Cannot say, I'm driving, Rabbi, in my level car. Somebody going to give him driver license? No, he needs to go through the test. Shulchan Aruch is our Torah. Shulchan Aruch is our laws of halachot. That we call Hashem be'emet or no? Then we say in the prayer, V'ha'er enenu betoratecha, singing. Let my eyes to be lit inside the Torah. Okay, that's good. After the shacharit, you're running to work. You say, let my eyes to be lit in the Torah. How? You never even open a book a day. V'ha'er enenu. But everybody's singing. What about this verse in the pasuk? Asher ikra'uhu be'emet. HaKadosh Baruch Hu lo mitasek im hashakranim. I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm so sorry. I'm talking to myself. Who am I? You, everybody over here, tzaddikim. But I'm sorry. Masechet Soita, in page 42, it says, 3 HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates. Soneh. 3. Kat shakranim, which means people that liars. Is it possible? How is HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates everybody? Hates somebody is lying? HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves everybody. Who says this? The Gemara says 3 people that HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates. One of them, Kat shakranim. Kat chanifim, sucking up people, HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates. He says, I create you in this world, you sucking up to people. V'kat misapre loshan hara, and people that speak in loshan hara. We're learning so many years, we haven't opened one book of Chafetz Chaim. We don't even know what's loshan hara. If somebody does not learn about loshan hara, it's 100% speaking loshan hara. So God forbid we're in a list, like the Gemara says, list of hate, HaKadosh Baruch Hu hate us. Such a strong statement you're making over here. I don't lie, I don't cheat. Who says this? We never learn about what means lying, what means cheating, according to the Torah. So let's go forward. So we say we want emet from Hashem, we want to do Hashem, if we by emet wants Hashem, ikra'uhu be'emet, let's be emet with Him. But if we want to sit and contemplate and lie, at least I know, when you don't do proper with the business people and you mess up, the business people, most of the people would not give you a chance. They're going to tell you you're a cheater and you're a liar, and we're never going to trust you. What makes you think Melech Malchei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to say, no, it's okay. It's okay. That's sheker. Because we have to know all the Tehillim, all the Tanakh, in order for us to know the Pasukim that Sotrim, which means contradict. הגדול האמונה היא גם באומות העולם, כמו פרעה בעניין החלום, כמו 4 כתובים. וכן נבוכדנצר בפתרון החלום דניאל. He says, Paro even came when Yosef came into him. I'm going to ask you a question. Just because he saw a dream, he needs to become king of the universe for 80 years, Yosef? Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel, when Nebuchadnezzar saw Chalom, which means dream, Daniel interpreted. When he interpreted, he also made him one of the important people. וכן בלעם אומר אלוקיכם אלו שונא זימה, בלעם הרשע, sees HaKadosh Baruch Hu and he says he hates idolatry. Zima, sone zima. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who hates zima. Zima, which means something immoral, not good stuff with a woman. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not like it. Bilam HaRasha, one of the Navi that knew when HaKadosh Baruch Hu was getting angry, like it says in Masechet Sanhedrin, page 106. V'kol zed rov ra'atam. Anyways, they will go, they would see HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they would still do bad. Mizeh lamad. Why they did bad? Bilam HaRasha, they say, Yada dat Elyon. He was in a level of Moshe Rabbeinu. Why did he do bad? Why did he do bad? מזה נלמד גדול כוח היצר, אף מאמינים שיורדים למדרגה שפילה כזה. It says, from here you understand who you're working with. יצר הרע. It says, one of the biggest in the world. הקדוש ברוך הוא, יצר הרע, put the people down. They could be the highest level in the world. And then he could put them down. והטעם כי כל הדברים נגעים על האדם יש כוח ביצר להעבירו על דעת והדעת קונו. יצר הרע has such a big power that makes a person חס ושלום כופר, not believer. והוא פלא, and he says this is miracle. מזה כמו פועל היצר מי שאינו לו הכרח באמונה חס ושלום. יצר הרע, one of the things he does, he makes sure the person does not believe that Hashem existed. That's what יצר הרע wants to do. Emunah, he wants to להחליש את האמונה. He wants to make the Emunah to become weaker. The first thing you turn on, any FaceTime, any Instagram, anything social media, the first thing you see is opposite of Emunah. You know, the eyes, your brain is like a half hour, 1 hour, it could go and go and go. It's like non-stop. It's like a narcotic, one of the gambling or druggies, it's become addiction. It's addiction. Then it's hard for us to concentrate. It's hard for us to get married. It's hard to us for do parnasa. It's hard. That's why Chazal say, we don't want to be in a generation of Mashiach. Because one of the levels is very hard for us to observe. סיבת התגברות הכפירה אצל המכירים בחוכמת הבריאה. He says, why the people would understand how this world works, how this world was created, scientists. כפירה, he says. Why the כפירה non-believer come from them? Why? אנו רואים בדורנו חכמי רופאים, חכמי טבעים, אשר רואים נפלאות בטבע. He says, we see, Saba Mekelem talk about 200 years ago. He says, we see smart people, doctors, professors, scientists. They see what's happening in this world. They see what's happening in the nature of the world. רואים גם כן סיבות פנימית נעלם מהם. They also see sibod, which just means reasoning why things they could not see. Whatever back then they could not see, they could see now through the microscope much better. כאשר יאמר בפה מלא כולם, נמצא הם רואים נפלאות השם יותר מיורד הים. He says, the scientists, the doctors, they see much greater miracle than the Jewish people saw during the splitting the sea of the Kriyat Yam Suf. We talk about scientists and professors and the doctors. אם כן זה רובם כי כולם כעיוורים לא יבינו ולא ישכילו עושרם. He says most of them are blind, they cannot see הקדוש ברוך הוא. cannot see. להפך, הם הפוחזים ושפלים יותר מזולתם. They say they're the most one who not believers and does not believe that somebody is created in creation in this world. למה? כדי להקל לעצמם מילא תאוותם שלא לפחד עצמם נגד הכל יכול. It's the one reason. Because they have so much desires and want. They don't want to take the burden of Hashem upon themselves. Working for Torah, it's just that's why most of the Sidurim have Avodat Hashem. Working for Torah is not just, I just coming, we ate, and that's it. That's not called working of Torah. Working, which just means you work. Amal, which just means dwell inside the Torah. When we dwell and we understand what the Torah says, the depths of the Torah, we're able to understand what the Emunah is. And any goy, chas v'shalom, or anybody will come in, nothing gonna stop us if the Emunah is strong. Look at the one prime example, guys. Kaddish, when there's a Kaddish to say, even during the COVID, people try to do minyan all over. It's a Kaddish, it's the Rabbanan, it's from the rabbi's minhag. By the way, his Kaddish, his father, mother, he's not gonna get up anyways. Minhag, but they were, when When the two Jewish people were explaining this minhag, nothing gonna stop them. They would not come for Hashem early in the morning, but they come for the Kaddish. They miss the Kaddish, they feel bad. But if they miss the Kriyat Shema and have to put on Tefillin, it's okay. Well, later on I do it. That's the way they explain to us. That's the way everybody else do it. And person gets upset. Say to people all the time, for father and mother you come here, but for Hashem you don't come on time, right? No, Rabbi, you don't understand. Of course I don't understand. Facts. Let's not lie to ourselves. The fact is, you don't come on time when there needs to be come on time for Hashem. But you do come on time for the father and the mother that passed away. Unfortunately. But if we will learn and train, first thing becomes Hashem, then the rest of the world, nobody gonna stop us. Be'ezrat Hashem, Hashem should give us baracha, tzlacha, sason v'simcha, briyut, arbe nachat, v'chen yiratzon v'nomar amen. Rabbi Hananya ben Akacha omer, ratzah kadosh baruch hu lezakot et